subscribe, like, do what you want, really. It's Mr. Sho here with heat number 6 of 8 of the championship belt tournament, whittling down to 8 contenders who will battle it out to be the best action figure belt ever made. Today's category is tag team, so lots to go at here, and we begin with what is in my mind the OG tag belt. I appreciate there were many tag belts before this one, and yeah, this isn't the two-tone version either. A WWE Mattel take on, as I say, for me, the tag team title of all time. As I say, there was a two-tone version that had a silver inlay for this front plate, and then it went gold a little bit later on, and then changed again in the late 90s. But look at that. We've got texture on the strap. We've got proper old school wrestlers side plates. We've got world tag team champions, excellent molding, excellent color. That is a thing of absolute beauty, my friends. So that will take pride of place on the pedestal as the best tag belt so far, but it hasn't had much competition yet, has it? And let's see if it stays there throughout our discussion. As I said, that belt definitely changed shape in the late 90s for the more Attitude Era version of it. They kind of effectively took the belt. Imagine like when you open up a JPEG on your computer and you accidentally don't hit shift and the bottom and you just squish it. That's kind of what they did with the Attitude Era version of the tag belt. It was almost like they just squished it inwards from left and right, and everything came a little bit more kind of angular at the bottom and just weirdly stretched. So as you can see, this is just the scratch logo version of the same belt, and a bit mushed up. And in typical Jakks style, they gave us this one, which is kind of a yellowy gold. They gave us this one, which is a lighter yellow gold. And then they gave us this one, which is a slightly kind of bronzier colour. Again, we've seen this so much in the belts I've been looking at. There was no consistent colour. I assume it's whatever they mixed up for particular batches of figures at particular times meant that there was a great deviation and difference in the colour. Nice to see, but it's not winning anything. I'll put one of those in each of the bins. Next up, we go to an iconic belt made so by the outsiders, namely Hall and Nash. It's the WCW World Tag Team Championship. Various incarnations of this. This is my favourite. I like the fact we've got colour on a belt. You know how I feel about that. Black, gold, blue for the globe. We've got Atlas there holding up the earth. In mythology, let's be honest, he held up the entire heavens, so much more than just one planet. Let's flip this round. Nice, chunky WCW World World Championship Wrestling, isn't it? Side plate there. Super chunky, super nice. Nice detailing and tooling on the strap. But is it better than the classic WWF version? Probably not. And I think the only reason is that colour gold. It looks really what I'd call gaudy. I don't know if that word's used anywhere else on planet Earth, but it's just a bit too gold that it almost looks tacky, a bit too in your face. So sorry, WCW fans, but the day still belongs to my favourite OG version of the tag belt. I'll just drop that in there. What else do we go to? Well, we end up with a brand split in WWE, and this belt here is revamped as this for SmackDown, so famously held, probably most famously, by the Guerreros. It is just a revamp of that design. Of course, there are now elite versions of this that have the blue paint on, so it's kind of a blue and yellow gold mix on this. We've got decent texture on that strap. Nice side plates, but is it really doing anything different? No. Other than the lick of paint they gave it to perhaps make it a bit more SmackDown themed with the blue, it's not that different from the Attitude version, is it really? Nah, they're all very much of a muchness. But thanks, SmackDown. Thank you for coming. Raw was not left out at all, was it? They got this. And I'm in two minds. I've been looking at these a lot lately. And again, that's a very broad, wide front plate. And the kind of shape of it just makes me think of like Razor Ramon's razors, you know, that used to be on the back of his waistcoat. Don't really like that. Side plate has old school wrestlers, which I do like. It is better with colour, let's be honest, particularly the red in the globe on the actual belt. That really helps it pop. But I just think this design, yeah, it just really far, far, far too broad and not to my liking. And you know what? Ultimately, this is my tournament. I mean, you can comment below and maybe I'll change my mind. But I've made the video now. It's going to be a bit difficult unless when we come to the tournament, I announce a change. Hey, maybe we can do that. I'm down with it. And lastly, we're just going to look at this. Of course, various different colours and iterations of these. This is the classic version for me of this particular one with these kind of ancient warriors. Are they Greek? Certainly not Romans with those helmets. I think they're Greeks with those huge kind of plumes and helmets. All this kind of mosaic style design around the outside. And interestingly, if you look, the WWE logos on this one are upside down, as is that gladiator plate at the end. So I'm not sure what's happened there. Probably a mix-up in the factory. I could pop them out, but I'm not going to. In fact, let me just take that upside down so you can actually see them the right way up. Nice texture on the belt. Circular plates makes it stand out. You know how much I love the NXT North American Championship. This, of course, did it first with that circular plate. Love the detail. You can get it, of course, in the blue version and the red version with silver plates, which sets it apart again. But design-wise, does it beat the OG World Tag Team Championships? And you know what? I'm in a bit of a quandary here because that design, I think, is really quite beautiful in its own way. But it lacks the colour. It lacks the majesty of the original World Tag Team Championship. And we've already got a circular belt in the next round in the form of the NXT North American Championship. Spoiler there, if you've not seen the previous episode. So, with a heavy heart, I think this one's going to go in the bin. And the day belongs to the WWF, as I remember it, World Tag Team Championships. Couple of more heats to go, and then we'll be down to the final 8, and the tournament will begin. Until next time, take care. See you around, everybody.